So Sean Hannity, yesterday we found out, is a third client of Michael Cohen. And a lot of people talked about it on air. That makes sense. Then Hannity came on his show. He teased it, of course, all the way through. They're so annoying what they do on television. And at the end, he briefly talked about it. But mainly, he wanted to distract people and talk about someone else. Well, this is really great because one of our viewers sent this in. He made it, and we're going to air it now. By the way, if you want to send us stuff that you've done, send it at rebelhq@tytnetwork.com, rebelhq@tytnetwork.com, and we might air it as well. But Kevin Williams sent this in, great work. So here's about a 1-minute synopsis of Sean Hannity's show from yesterday.
The media went absolutely insane. Fired FBI Director James Comey, James Comey, James Comey, James Comey, James Comey, Jim Comey, James Comey, urinating on the bed, Comey, Hillary Clinton, Jim Comey, Hillary Clinton, Comey, James Comey, Hillary Clinton. Mr. Comey,
you should have disclosed your relationship with Cohen.
James Comey, Hillary Clinton, James Comey, Hillary Clinton, James Comey, Mr. Comey, James Comey, James Comey, James Comey,
Hillary Clinton,
James Comey, Hillary Clinton, James Comey, Jim Comey, James Comey,
Sean Hannity,
Hillary Clinton, James Comey, she didn't delete Comey, James Comey, James Comey, Hillary,
James Comey.
I love all the different intonations. That guy, I got vertigo. I don't even know if I can continue with the show after watching that.
Great job, Kevin. Wonderful job. So you got a sense of that show. Gee, I wonder if he's trying the old squirrel strategy. And I love how many times they mention Hillary Clinton. I don't know if you know this. She didn't win. She's no longer relevant. She's in the woods. Anyway, so now the important part. Hannity never disclosed that he was a client of Michael Cohen, as he talked about Michael Cohen over and over on the air. So we did our own mashups. That seems to be a massive conflict of interest for Sean Hannity. But did Sean Hannity ever talk about conflict of interest on air and say that it was a bad thing when he came to other people? Let's find out.
Rod Rosenstein, he shouldn't even be in this position, number one. Number two, isn't he conflicted out if he's the number one witness?
Now, the other problem, of course, is Rosenstein. I don't know how he remains on this case.
How does he get away with that conflict? How does he get? How do you see him in all this?
Yeah.
And then he appointed Mueller, so he's conflicted in 1,000 different ways. If I was James Comey, Andrew McCabe, Sally Yates tonight, Rod Rosenstein, Strucken Page, Andrew McCabe, I would be very worried tonight based on the possibility that all of this is coming out. Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, who's out of control himself and conflicted out of this case, why he didn't have to recuse is another question. I am thinking that some of them might be in legal jeopardy in a big way.
Indeed, Sean. So conflicted in 1,000 ways. Conflict of interest. You got to recuse yourself if you've got a conflict of interest. Now, in this case, he is client number 3 of Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen's offices are raided. Now, Sean Hannity, being the principled man that he is, I'm sure is going to recuse himself and not talk about Michael Cohen or that raid on air, right? Let's find out.
Destroy Trump media has become totally unhinged over the raid over President Trump's personal attorney. But the media, while they're obsessing over Michael Cohen, there are really important stories to bring to you. Don't we save raids for, let's say, drug dealers and criminals and, organized crime and potential terrorists? Apparently not. You have said that the raid on Michael Cohen's hotel room, his home and his office was a violation of his constitutional rights. Now, keep in mind, Cohen was never part of the Trump administration or the Trump campaign. This is now officially an all-hands-on-deck effort to totally malign and, if possible, impeach the president of the United States. And what people are not understanding here is when the special counsel raids the offices of the president's private attorney Mueller is now basically backdoored his way into every single Trump business deal, at least since Michael Cohen has worked with Donald Trump. They take all this information,
including
everything,
including the material that is ultimately found to be confidential and lawyer-client.
Despite all of today's major breaking news, the fake news was totally obsessed with all Michael Cohen. Raided the president's personal attorney's home and his office and his hotel room. Russia collusion has now become Stormy Daniels' payment by his own lawyer. The president is exactly right. This is a huge, massive double standard. You think Hillary Clinton's attorneys had their offices raided? You think Hillary Clinton's lawyers, were they raided after it was determined she bought and paid for that phony Russian dossier? Any raids, any arrests after the massive FISA abuse allegations were exposed? Were there any raids, any arrests after Hillary Clinton? We know she obstructed justice. It should be in the minds of every American citizen tonight. This should alarm every person watching this broadcast tonight. I wish we'd raid the DOJ and the FBI and grab their computers.
So my favorite part was in the middle when he said, this is backdoored his way, the prosecutors did, into everything Cohen has. I wonder if that would be relevant to you, Sean. I wonder if you should have disclosed that to your audience. In all those clips where you railed against prosecutors for raiding Michael Cohen's office and home, did you ever mention that the documents they'd be getting were yours? Oh, you never mentioned that, did you, Sean? Well, that is awfully convenient. And that was a massive conflict of interest. But are we really surprised that a Fox News host would hide the truth and not reveal to his audience what's really going on? But I'm going to give Alex Jones the last word here.
That's what makes it so bad.
If you become a member of the Young Turks, you'll be saying,
you know, I'm like a smart person.
So do it right now, tytnetwork.com/join. Get the whole Young Turks show every day.